house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Shallon Andrew, and Shallon wanted me to say, this is a quote, "Shallon is one of the fam and an awesome supporter of the last 2 seasons on YouTube." Yay! I will back that up. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. You're awesome, and if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. I'm sorry, but like, I'm looking at this through the, can you show them? It's, oh my god, so professional. Okay, so anyway, they had the Power of Veto competition yesterday, which Jared won. That'll wipe the smile right off my face. So now, I mean, it's pretty safe to assume that Jared's gonna save himself. So now the question is, who will be the replacement nominee? So Tim and Cass were chatting about this, and they would both like to see Raul go up on the block. And they actually want him to go. So Cass is like, Tim, you gotta steer Maddie in that direction because she'll listen to you. I don't have a wiener, so she's not gonna listen to me as much. Which, I mean, she has a point there. But Tim's just like, I don't want to get involved. He just wants to take a bath and listen to music. Which he does end up doing. Good for you. But the main thing to take away from this is that they want Raul to go up and out. So Maddie and Ramsey were also talking about the replacement nominee, and they've pretty much narrowed it down to Raul or Jared. So they still want Kelsey to go home. She is their target right now, and they're kind of going through the pros and cons of Raul or Joel up on the block against her. So they figure, okay, if Joel goes up, one of the trio will definitely be going home. It's going to have to be either Raul or Kelsey. And if Raul's up on the block, that's going to be one less vote for Kelsey to stay. If she puts up a pawn like Joel, Kelsey's definitely going to have Jared and Raul's votes, and that's not good. That's not a good starting point for them. So Cass was telling Kelsey about this plan that she came up with. It's a real meeting of the minds. And Cass is like, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to pretend that I'm done with you. We're not working together anymore. I can't stand you. And then I'm going to be best buds with Maddie, because that's really believable. Let's look at the timing here, too. Cassandra is, like, magically best friends with Maddie. And then she's going to work Maddie to get Raul up on the block and be like, yeah, I'm still going to vote out Kelsey, don't worry. And then they're going to vote out Raul instead. So that's her plan. Kelsey agrees that it's her best chance to stay this week. She thinks she might have a chance against a pawn, but she knows, like, this is pretty much it for her. She's got to get Raul up on that block. But she doesn't want to be the one suggesting it to Maddie because she doesn't want to do the work. But I mean, like, also, if Kelsey suggested that to Maddie, Maddie would be like, no, absolutely not. Like, there's no way she would do it. So Kelsey also promises that she's not going to tell Jared about this plan because he has a big mouth and it's going to go around the whole house if she does. I would agree with that. So Raul and Kelsey were chatting in the have-not room, and Raul's all like, I'll be fine if I'm the one going home this week. He has a feeling he's going up on the block, but he's okay with it. He's at peace with leaving. He's like, I already had my big dramatic moment putting up my best friend. Like, that's going to get me a lot of airtime or whatever. I've been here for, like, half the game. Like, I'm ready to go. He's ready to go home and start his fashion line and star in his own reality show. Good luck with that, because there's so many people that have been on Big Brother that went on to do that. Who do you think you are, Nikki Graham? Alright, so Raul and Kelsey were both talking about how they don't want to campaign against each other if they're both up on the block again. Oh, so it's going to be a total repeat of a few weeks ago when they just, like, isolate themselves and, like, everybody else has to do the work for them. That was awful. Okay, so last night, Maddie had some fun. She broke out her whiskey from her HOH basket. She shared it with the brothers. They got a little tipsy. And she had a real hot tub nerd fest with Joel, the brothers, and Ramsey. They were talking a lot about, like, pirated music and stuff and things like that. And Big Brother Canada was like, well, we can't have that on the feeds. Let's black them out. So Tim and Cass were out there for a while, too. Moving on. Alright, so Cass and Maddie were talking in the HOH bathroom. And this is Cass's plan in action. She's sucking up to Maddie. So they both say they really like each other and they're both so smart. They're the smartest people in the house. So Excuse me. They want to work together with Tim and Ramsey, have like a 4-person group going. And Maddie's just like, oh my god, if we stick together, we can control the whole house. Like, this is amazing. This is great. Oh my god, everything's falling into place. So she's like eating that up. And we know that Cass is not genuine here. So then Maddie and Ramsey were having some pillow game talk last night, and they're realizing, like, oh, if we put Raul up on the block, he's probably going to go home over Kelsey. But they're thinking about it, and while they do still want Kelsey to go at that point, they're thinking Raul is definitely a stronger competitor than Kelsey in, like, competitions and stuff. And if he does go home, Kelsey is only going to have Jared to hide behind. So she's vulnerable. Maddie keeps making a huge point about how Kelsey's, like, always hiding behind Jared, and, like, she's so sick of that, and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, it's pretty obvious that Maddie's jealous. Okay, so this morning, Tim, Nikki, and Joel were chatting. First of all, we found out that Tim hates cereal. Who hates cereal? That's so weird. But moving on to the game. Nikki was asking them if Maddie and the brothers made a deal. She's wondering why the brothers' names aren't really coming up. And Tim was like, yeah, I think they made a truce. They're not going to go after each other. And he says that he also thinks the brothers made a truce with Raul. So they're noticing, like, the brothers got a lot of stuff going on. They're shady. They're sneaky. And they all agree they're very untrustworthy. They also all agree that Raul must go up as the replacement. Joel and Nikki know they could potentially be pawns this week. They don't want to go up there. So they're like, yeah, Raul's got to go up. He's got to go. So Cass pulled Kelsey aside this morning, and she was like, you know what, girl? You just have a good time today. You just go around the house having fun. Don't talk to Maddie. I'll take care of it all. I will get Raul nominated. You just chill out. Okay. So then Cass was talking to Nikki. She also told her, why don't you go ahead and just have, like, a stay in bed kind of day. You just don't talk to Maddie. Just relax. Like, you're not going to go up on the block. Just let me take care of it. So Cass is very much trying to take control right now. She's trying to, you know, pull all these strings to get her way. She doesn't need Nikki going up there and, like, saying crazy stuff and blowing up her whole plan. And she definitely does not want Kelsey doing that either. So Maddie, Ramsey, Cass, and Tim were all up in the HOH talking about who should go this week. So, okay, there was also, like, lots of crap talk from Maddie about Kelsey. And Tim was all like, oh, yeah, Kelsey's like Regina, like from Mean Girls. So it just sounded really funny coming out of his mouth. So they're talking about who should go. And they've already seen what happens when Kelsey is not in the house. Jared and Raul go their separate ways, yes, but they both get stronger. They're both more focused. They're working with other people. They're not isolating themselves. So they know that they get stronger with Kelsey not there. So they think, like, ooh, it could be a good idea to get rid of Raul this week and keep Jared weak with Kelsey in the house. So, of course, we know that Cass and Tim were already thinking this, but it seems like Maddie and Ramsey, or at least Maddie, maybe not as much Ramsey, are thinking, like, yeah, this could be a good idea. Maybe we should get rid of Raul. So, eventually, Tim and Cass leave the room. Maddie and Ramsey are discussing how they really, really want to work with Tim. They really want to solidify things. And I want to make it clear, they do not want to work with Cassandra. They only want to work with Tim. So they're going to try and get him alone at some point tonight to just, like, nail things down. We'll see. So let's talk about Phil, because Phil is just playing like an all-star mastermind. His words. So he was talking to Nick and Joel, and he was like, guys, I have the best idea ever. Each one of us should hang out in a different room in the house. So, like, if one of us is in there, the other one shouldn't go in there. They're going to gather information from each room and bring it back together. Oh my god, I've never heard that before. That is genius. It's amazing. Nick and Joel were just like, yeah, we should do that. Okay. So, also today, Cass was complaining to Phil that Nick was mean to her this morning. I didn't see the altercation that she was talking about, but I guess he was, like, teasing her or something. So Phil marches off, finds Nick, and starts scolding him again. And he's like, Nicholas, stop being mean to people. You need to smarten up, just be nice and clean. And he must have said like 5 times, be the nice, amazing Nicholas that mom and dad raised. Oh my god. Okay, so then Nick is just like, leave me alone right now. Like, I just need some alone time. Just like, I can't be nice all the time. Sometimes I'm gonna snap, so just like go away. So Phil's just like, you can't do that. Blah. So Nick goes and apologizes to Cass, and he's like, I'm sorry, I was struggling with something that did not involve you, and I took it out on you, and I'm sorry for that. So then he really opens up to Cass, and he reveals that he has cyclothymia, which is actually like a mild form of bipolarism. So he's kind of dealing with that right now, and Cass was very understanding. She was like, it's okay, it's all good. So that was nice to see him open up to her. Moving on. Big Brother gave the house guests a task this evening, I guess. Yeah, it was like evening. So they were like, house guests, this house is a freaking pigsty. So they showed them a little video of what the house looked like in the promos for this season. It was all pristine and fresh. So they gave them a list of tasks that they needed to do, like scrubbing the toilets, making the beds, putting all the furniture back in place, including the pillows. I think they had to like sweep up by the hot tub or something. And then they were like, you have 20 minutes to do this. And if you do, you win a reward. Excuse me, we just ate. So they completed the task and they won a pizza and cocktail party, have-nots included. Woo! They really love that pizza this season. I feel like every party has been like pizza almost. I mean, I don't blame them. But they're going to enjoy that. I'm sure we'll have some wonderfulness from that for tomorrow's spoiler. And also, tomorrow's the Power Veto ceremony. It's looking like Raul's going to go up on the block, but you never know what could happen when alcohol is involved. So let me know what you guys think of what's going on in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.